Okay. Hi, everyone. I and Lydia will be presenting on Sacco payments. So what we'll cover today is the types of payments, payment channels, the payment process, Christmas savings, the common mistakes our members make, and some of the smarter practices. And if members will be having any questions, we'll tackle after the presentation. So the first one is share capital. So share capital is what makes you a member. Our minimum share capital is 10,000. Maximum a member can take is a fifth of Sacco shares. It's non-refundable but transferable. And then the benefits you get when you have a share capital is that members are paid dividends when it's declared during the AGM. If there are profits and dividends is declared, members are paid dividends. Normally, for new members, share capital is members are given a time frame of 6 months to pay the share capital. And then for most of the members, when you log on to Quora, you should be able to check your share capital amount on the share capital account. The next, savings, it's deposits and savings. This is normally paid monthly by the 10th of every month. The minimum is 1,000 bob, but it's open. The members are free to add more than 1,000 bob, but the minimum is 1,000 bob. This is also what stand in for loans. When you borrow loan, your monthly savings guarantees you, or rather, deposits also are supposed to guarantee other members if you're a guarantor. And then these are refundable when you on withdrawal. The other benefit is that members get interest on deposits. That is when it's declared, and then it's normally credited to your main deposit. So if you're wondering how much savings you have, you should log into Quora and check main deposit account. Then monthly savings can be paid in advance, that is the prepayments, and they are credited to holding accounts. So for the prepaid amounts, members normally get them in the holding account. The next one is registration fee, which is a one-time fee. When you join the Sacco, you pay 2,000 bob, and it's non-refundable. The late charges, the 100 shillings fee is applied when you pay monthly savings past the 10th of every month. And then for the dormant members, that is a member has not been active for the past 20 months, that is she has not been making payments for the past 20 months. When you pay to activate your account, you'll pay a reinstatement fee of 2,000 bob. Christmas savings, this was introduced this year, but will be rolling out sooner. There are various methods of making payments to our Sacco. That is, you can pay to the bank. There is a M-Pesa payment procedures, that is pay bill for cooperative, and there is a pay bill for Safaricom, or you can also pay directly via Quora. All this information is in our Sacco platform, and normally we send reminder on 5th of every month with these details. So if you don't have the details, maybe we can reshare later the template. So this is the procedure for making payments via Quora app. via Quora. So you can make payment via the Quora app, or if you don't have a Quora app, you can use the USSD. So these are the various steps. Payment process. When a member makes payments, she sends the proof of payment, maybe the receipt, to payments@jokanyanam. As the office, we receive and verify and allocate it as per your instructions. But mostly the priority normally goes for loans and share capital. Then now we allocate it to monthly savings. Then after that, we confirm to the member that we received and we have allocated the amount, and that we encourage member to log on to Quora and check if there's any discrepancy. She can reach out for explanation or further queries. And then members are also encouraged, if you don't want to have the hectic process of sending in the proof of payments to the email, you can do it directly via Quora app, and it will automatically reflect. So below is the link to the Quora app. And then some common mistakes our members make, that is sending to the wrong or stroke old accounts. That is, we normally have the old bank account, and now we have the new bank account, which is normally on our platform. So we encourage members to use the new bank details on the WhatsApp wall or Telegram wall. Then some of the members send the payments to our M-Pesa line. That is the office number, which our office number doesn't have M-Pesa active. Then some members send the same receipts. Some send emails with no instructions. When a member sends an email with no instructions, normally we just post it on monthly savings, and on the acknowledgement email, we just let the member know that we posted it to the monthly savings account. And in case she wanted to credit it to another account, she should reply to the email. But normally we encourage that members write instructions on emails to simplify the process of posting payments. Then if you make some members make payments for fellow members and fail to name the person. So that's another challenge. Then some of the good practices we encourage is that you send payments with full details where you want it credited. If it's for another member, you indicate it, and maybe if it's a prepayment, you would just state clearly the months that should be prepaid. Then you specify the payment purpose, if it's for savings, share capital, or it's prepaid and not a lump sum amount for 1 month. Then we encourage members, immediately you make a payment, you send in the payment so that you don't forget to send in, and later you find the amount is not allocated. I think that's all. That's all. Thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, you can ask. My colleague will help me answer the questions, and the management too. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. Jackie, I'd like to share my screen.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you see it? Hello, can you see it?
It's pulling up. It's coming up.
Okay. Okay.
Now we can see it.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to use a presentation that was done by Lydia.
Yeah,
and I'm
Rosemary,
going to talk.
I was going to ask, do you want the questions at the end? Because I see a question on the chat. Do you want
It will
people
be,
to ask at the end?
yeah, let's consolidate the questions at the end so that we are
Okay,
able
so
to present all.
okay, so somebody's on your team is collecting them and getting them ready, right?
Okay. So types of loans. So we have the types of loans that are indicated. We have the development loan, student or school fees loan, emergency loan, and then instant loan 1 and instant loan 2. Just expanding on them, development loan. This one helps members to undertake development projects with long-term benefits. This includes things like investment and property, buying property. And the parameters is that the minimum amount is 10,000. Maximum depends on how much the member has in their savings. And then maximum prepayment period is 36 months. The interest rate is 12% per annum on reducing balance. That is 1% per month. The maximum amount, the ceiling is a member can take up to 6 million. If you are late in payment, the penalty is 1% per day of the total outstanding. The second one is the one that is student or school fees loan. The parameters, this one helps members to cover for educational expenses. It could be for yourself or for your dependents. And the minimum amount is 10,000. Maximum repayment period is 12 months for education loan. The interest is 12% per annum on reducing balance, which is also 1% per month. The penalty is 1% per day of total outstanding. That is if you are late in payment. The third one is the emergency loan. This loan is supposed to facilitate members to meet unexpected and urgent financial needs. The minimum amount is 10,000. The maximum paying period is 12 months. The interest rate is 12% per annum on reducing balance, which translates to, again, 1% per month. And the maximum amount that you can get of this emergency is 150,000. We, at the last AGM, we agreed that when somebody applies for the emergency loan, they should attach documents that show what the emergency is. And the documents, we agreed that there are many different documents you can attach, be it hospital bills, be it things like health, environmental, like when your house burns down, you just attach the evidence and then it is processed. And then if it is late, also the payment is 1% of the total outstanding. And then we come to the instant loans. And now the instant loan 1, the minimum amount is 1,000. Maximum amount is 10,000. And it should not be more than 10% of the member's deposit. The repayment period of this instant loan 1 is 1 month. Interest rate is 10% flat rate. And it is the auto recovery from monthly savings is 2 days after due date. So if you are late with payment, it will auto recover after 2 days from when you're late. And the penalty is 1% per day of the outstanding balance. Instant loan 2. Instant loan 2, the minimum amount is 11,000. Maximum amount is 50,000. but it should also not be more than 10% of the member's deposit. The repayment period is 3 months. Interest rate is 10% flat rate, which is spread throughout 3 months. And I was asked to emphasize here that when you are paying this one, you'd still need to remember that you're supposed to pay every month for the 3 months. Because if you wait until end of the 3 months, it becomes very expensive. So each month you're supposed to pay each month, but you should finish paying it by the end of 3 months. If you are late in paying, there'll be auto recovery from monthly savings after 2 days. The penalty for late payment is 1% per day of total outstanding. Loan eligibility. How do we qualify? So for the first instant loan, first instant loan, it should not be more than 10% of the member's deposit. You should not have any loan arrears, and you should not have defaulted any loan in the last 3 months. And as we had said, the member should have the minimum share capital of 10,000, which is what we pass you should have what is required, the share capital. The minimum deposit of 1,000 paid monthly consistently for 6 months. And then the member is also only allowed to take one instant loan at a time. When you repay, then you can apply for another one. For the second one, second instant loan 2, also it should not be more than 10% of the member's deposit. Same, no loan arrears, no loan defaults in the last 6 months. And you should also have the minimum share capital of 10,000. Also, you should have been paying monthly consistently for the last 3 months. And even this one, you're only allowed to borrow one instant loan per time. For the others, development loan, emergency, and student loans, the requirement is that the member should have consistently paid monthly for the last 6 months. You should not have any existing loan arrears. And also you should have the minimum share capital, which is 10,000. And you should not have defaulted any loan in the last 6 months. And for the development loan, a member qualifies, you can take 3 times your monthly savings. That is development. And even emergency and loan and students, only that if you want to take more than what you have saved, you will need to look for a guarantor. Or otherwise, say, for example, you have saved 100,000 and you want to take to borrow 100,000, then you don't need a guarantor. Otherwise, if you're taking more than that, then you will require a guarantor. Loan application. The loan application requirements, you can apply 2 ways. Either you can apply through Quora, where you fill through Quora, you apply through Quora, and then the office will process it. Or you can ask the office to send you the loan application forms. And when you're applying, you need to attach your national ID or your passport. And you email this to the credit team at jokanyanam.com. Now you have applied for the loan. What are the loan charges? This was also, we discussed this, remember, at our AGMs, and we agreed that the loan processing fees would be 0.5% of the total loan applied for. And then we also have the loan insurance, which is covered by CIC. But this one, it depends on the amount of loan that you are taking, then it is worked out. And what we are doing is that the loan processing and the loan insurance, they are deducted upfront before the money is disbursed to you. So if you have applied for 100,000, we are going to deduct the 0.5% and also the loan insurance. And then we'll have given you 100,000, but we'll have deducted what the processing before we give you that 100,000. So maybe you'll get 90 something, yeah? But in the letter, it will explain to you what is happening. Then to apply for the loan, what are the securities that we require? So far, according to our what we are doing now is that, 1, your savings. Your savings determines how much loan you can take. If you want to take more than you have, then you can get guarantors. Who qualifies to be your guarantor? Your guarantor has to be a Sacco member who has been active for the last 6 months and has paid consistently. Your guarantor also should have enough deposits to be able to guarantee you. And also your guarantor should not be a loan defaulter. How do you get a guarantor? One is we have the JOES chapters. So a lot of us have joined the chapter. So we have made friends and networked with our chapter members. So we can talk to them and they can guarantee us. The other one that we also discussed, if you remember the last AGM, is that we are being encouraged to introduce our friends, relatives, and colleagues to JOES, so that you have a network of people who you can guarantee and they can also guarantee you. And also when you attend this kind of meetings like education meeting, and any other meetings, we get to know one another, we get to talk and to network, and we are able to guarantee one another. What happens when you have defaulted in paying a loan? What happens? What is the recovery process? One, when you are getting the loan, when they're issuing you the loan approval letter, it will clearly state that when a loan remains unserviced for a period of 3 months, this is what they will do. First, they will, if you have not paid, 30 days have passed and you have not paid, they will send you a letter to just remind you, because sometimes maybe you forgot to pay or you are having some difficulty. They send you the first letter after 30 days. If you still don't pay and 60 days have passed, they will send you a second default notice. And at this time, when they're sending you a second default notice, they will also, if you have guarantors, they will send the guarantors a copy. They'll say, Rosemary has not paid for 60 days. So you as a guarantor, we're just telling you that if you didn't pay, then we are going to recover the money from her, so that the guarantor is aware of what is happening. And then after that, if you have not paid after 90 days, then the whole amount is going to be recouped from your savings. And the member will be blacklisted for 6 months. You cannot take a loan for 6 months. Okay. Flow of the loan processing. So we said that you can apply for loan 2 ways. You can apply through Quora or through application forms. Once you apply, the office normally acknowledges that they have received the loan application. And the office will process the eligibility as according to what I have discussed up above. And if there's any issue, the office quickly communicates with the person who was applying, and they advise you what should be done. And if you don't need a guarantor, they process the loan immediately. If you need a guarantor, they will inform you and also send you the guarantor forms and prompt you so that it does not delay. While they are sending you the guarantors forms, it is not they do not find guarantors for you. The guarantors you're supposed to find for yourself. So once the guarantors forms are filled, then you return them back. And if guarantors qualify, then they process your loan. Once the office sees that your loan or your guarantors are qualified, you also qualify for the loan, then they send to the credit team to approve the loan. And the credit team, once they have approved, they will send you an approval letter and the repayment schedule. And then you are requested to sign the approval letter and attach your ID, send it back to the credit team. And at that time, the loan is approved, no matter which loan it is. The due dates, how do we pay back the loans? Usually what happens, once you have been given a loan, according to the approval letter, loan approval letter will tell you that after the disbursement, you'll have 30 days. Then you start paying the loan. And the rest of the installments will follow according to the repayment schedule. Let's say I applied for the loan and the loan was given today, is 26th of July. So they'll give me 30 days. So I'll start paying in August. And that day when I start paying, maybe it is 27th of August. So for the remainder of the, when I pay the loan, that will be my repayment date, but that also will, you'll be shown that in the, according to the loan approval. One of the things that sometimes causes delays in loans, what causes delays in loans? Sometimes it takes long to, for the applicant to get guarantors. And sometimes when the applicant has applied and maybe there's something that is missing in the application, when the office communicates, it might delay. Occasionally, your guarantors might also be disqualified, so the office has to get back to you, or sometimes the form is missing important information. Lydia gave us an example of a computation, how a simple computation of a loan. She used a scenario where somebody has 100,000 and they're applying for that loan of 100,000. Yeah. So, and this person had an outstanding loan of 20,000, and they had guaranteed somebody, she had guaranteed somebody 10,000, which means from her savings, what is remaining is only 70,000. And so what is available from her savings that she can get is 63,000. Yet she had applied for a loan of 100,000. So according to this application, the office would tell you, so-and-so, you have applied for 100,000, but here are the guarantors forms. Please ask your guarantor to guarantee you this 37,000. It can be one guarantor, it can be two guarantors, but they have to guarantee you that you have that 37,000. When you add with your 63,000, then you are qualified. However, if this person did not have any outstanding loan, they had not guaranteed anybody, had a clean 100,000, then Lydia will write to you and tell you that now, after working this, Lydia and Cynthia at the office would work on this, and then they'll send it to the credit committee, who would then approve the loan, and then they'll write you the letter that they have approved your loan. Thank you very much. We can now take any questions.
Thank you so much, Rosemary and team, and for your presentation. Ladies, as said, your questions are welcome. I do see some on the chat already. If you guys are going to go ahead and ask.
Okay.
The first question I'm seeing, Vicky Williams was asking, where does the reinstatement fee go? Where does the reinstatement fee go to? Was Vicky Williams' question. Maybe we can start with that one.
Cynthia, are you able to answer this one?
The reinstatement fee is part of the Sacco income. I don't know if I've answered the question.
Ladies, this is your time. If you have a question, please ask. I know the reason why we have a Sacco radio is we're supposed to be it's for loan servicing. So please ask.
I have a question. This is Betha.
Go ahead, Miss Beth.
My question is, Rosemary mentioned when people are informed, like you miss 30 days, you're informed. Then the last time they withdraw money from your savings. Now, at what point do you tell the guarantors to let them know that the person they guaranteed is not paying the loan? The first 30 days, the 60 days, or at what point? And if not, can we do that? Because as a guarantor, I don't want to one day wake up and find my savings gone, but I wasn't warned that the member was not servicing their loan.
Thank you very much, Bertha. What we have been doing, the one that has missed for 60 days, when we are writing the letter that we have missed paying for 60 days, we now write to your guarantor and say, Bertha, you guaranteed Rosemary, she has not paid for 60 days, so now we have put her on notice. If she doesn't pay, we are going to recoup her money. And we are hoping by then, when you get that letter, you'll also be able to talk to Rosemary and tell her, Rosemary, ma watch manade, no kapoki chulo loan, kicking at pesana. 60 days.
Thank you.
I see Damaris has a question. Acheng has a question. I don't know who was first, but can we go in that order maybe? Damaris, Acheng, and then I also have a question after that.
Acheng. No, sorry. Alisema Damaris Acheng. But anyway. Yeah, thank you so much for the presentation. Thank you, Cynthia, and Credit Chair Rosemary. So I have a comment and then a question. So my comment is that, ladies, you guys can take loans. One of the ways in which, kama vile Rosemary alisema, that one time we managed to get a lady guarantors was specifically in Siaya chapter. This member came and asked, Yawa, adwaro loan. Adwaro loan, adwaro guarantors. So what people did, everybody spread the risk around. Wengine walikuwa na offer, nitakupea 20K, nitakupa 10K, nitakupa 250K, hivyo hivyo. So we kind of spread the risk. Na huyo member kapata guarantor this haraka upesi. So join the chapters, participate in the chapters. I have a friend, I'm not gonna mention her, but I ask her, hey, we kuja chapter, alafu huko ndio utapata nini. My question is, I like that we can get a loan ya 6 million. That is, hiyo itakana makofi yawa. 6 million. So, question. I know Evelyn Olonje, CEO for KUDS, Kenya US Diaspora Sacco, said that there's a way that JOES can implement collateral system in a way that it will not affect the Sacco match, like in a way that it will not affect it bigly, right? I know collaterals are risky because most of them are based on immovable assets, na kuuza and all that kind of stuff. Is the management or board members considering collaterals? If not, how hii kupata hii 6 kuchukua, mi nataka hiyo 6 million lakini itakuwa ngumu kupata guarantors wanipee hata milioni 2 ama milioni 3. What other ways can we use to ensure that our members can get this 6 million? Can we ask Evelyn Olunje to explain to the board members or explain to us members an easier, more efficient way that JOES can implement collateral without much pain? And I see like, and I know this question has come up over a long time.
Okay.
Haya, Betha. Betha, tumesikia siri yako yote, Betha.
Oh, you have the name. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure tukiweka collateral, we will see an increase in loan taking. Thank you.
Thank you, Acheng. Damaris, are you able to ask your question and then we combine these two? And then also there's a question about what qualifies as emergency loan. We're also going to combine that. But Damaris, first ask your question, then we combine this.
Okay, and also a call out. Rosemary, there are some questions that were sent ahead of time through the call forms.
Yes.
And yes, check your email, credit team email to them. So my question, it's on Quora. So I had guaranteed somebody
maybe 3 years ago. On Quora, the amount has remained the same. Like, so I'm not sure, is it moving? Is it Quora has a problem or what? Because the amount has always stayed the same since Quora came in. Like the amount that is showing I've guaranteed has remained the same. But I think it's the person is paying, otherwise I'd have received an email to tell me this person is late. Does anyone know if there's an issue with Quora on that front?
Okay, for the payment for Quora, I think I will let the office explain, because that is, I'm not qualified for that. But the one that Achieng asked about the what Olunje had said, I believe that the executive are discussing this, and I'm hoping that Jacqueline or even Damaris, one of you could be able to tell us where, because I know that you are discussing it. You are actively discussing it. I have other questions, but I have to get them first. But I want to talk about what qualifies as an emergency. What qualifies as an emergency? During the last AGM, we said that your emergency and my emergency might be different. I just need to bring my emergency evidence. For example, my emergency might be that I have a patient, and your emergency might be that your house has burnt down, or your emergency might be anything. But what we agreed at the AGM is that so long as you bring the document saying that this is my emergency, I might bring my hospital admission or prescription or whatever. You also might bring a letter from your person who's repairing the house. So as we discussed, we're not able to pin down to box emergency. That was how we agreed that your emergency and my emergency, so long as you bring the documentation. But I'm requesting either Jackie or Damaris to tell us, because I know that they have been discussing this. Just tell us briefly what you had. I know that we have not yet reached there, but I know that it is on the way. Please just.
Thank you for calling my name, but I think we have. Oh, Irene, do you have a better answer than the one I'm going to give? I think you probably have a better answer than I'm going to give. Irene, are you here? Is Irene here? Is Irene here?
I am here too.
Oh, okay,
Hi,
Gladys.
everyone.
Go ahead. I didn't see
Okay.
you, sorry.
I will actually go and tackle Achieng's question on collateral. Collateral is something that kind of stands out very risky for us. And I'm going to tell you why we think it is risky. And as we continue to seek advice on what we need to do is collateral. Let's say I have a title deed. You give me the title deed, I take the title deed, I give you a loan, you default on the loan, okay? Yes, I do have the title deed. But getting to sell that loan right away to recover that money could be challenging. It could take years. And that means that many are out of their money. Let's say there was a car that I took. Okay, taking that car and selling that car could also be a challenge. And that means that the Sacco will be out of their money. But however, we are not saying that, no, we are not doing it. We are going to check with Evelyn Olunje and see if there is a better way that we can do recovery. I am just cautious of the recovery because when we recover this, let's say we recover a car, where do we store it? How do we get to sell it out? And that is where we are struggling with. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Gladys. Yes, why did I? But thank you. We had two questions before we came to the meeting. The first question was the person had asked about share capital. I believe that Cynthia has talked about it. And the other one, the question was, how fast does JOWES process school fees loans? And do I need to attach any document when I am applying? Let me answer the last one first. The only one where we agree that we will attach documents is emergency. That's the only one. So school fees, you're not attaching any document. How fast do we process the school fees loan? I think usually as fast as the person applies and provides all the, if you fill the form and everything is in order, I think we have done it within even 3 days. As soon as it is approved, it goes to credit committee. Credit committee doesn't take long. And then you sign the forms back and once you sign the form back and bring the approval form and bring it back, the treasurer does not delay. It moves very fast. So it does not delay. So you can very easily apply for a school fees loan and do or pay for fees without any delayance. Thank you.
And while we're still at it, I think if I may also ask my question, and I hope I'm not going too far behind that. My question was going to it came up just when you're referencing how long is it taking to recover loans that have not been paid. And I'm thinking in my heart of hearts that 60 days and somebody has not paid a loan, and that is when you're starting to collect on it. Is that not putting our money at risk? What I'm asking also is, during this 60 days, are you just silent as a credit team, or are you collecting and saying, hey, are you calling the person? Is somebody checking in on the person who's not paying their loan? Or are we just waiting until the end of the month? What does that process looks like? I want us to talk about it just so that when a credit team is trying to collect on monies that has not been paid, us as members do not feel we don't feel nigi chandoa, kind of thing. So I just want us to hear from our credit team how you go about that process. But in my mind, 60 days and not saying anything and sending out that first letter after 60 days of non-payment is too long a time to wait. That is putting too much risk on the money. Yeah, that's just my question, comment. Yeah, if you can address that, please.
Thank you, Jacqueline. We must remember that the credit team are just the hands and feet of the management. So what happens, every month, the credit team must meet with the management and give a report about how the loans are progressing. This report will say that these loans are being serviced well, there's no problem. This report will say that this loan is late by 30 days. The report is given to the management, and the management makes a decision and say, write a letter. The first letter is done after 30 days. That is the management. And at that point, then it is not actually credit team, no, it's the management it's the management taking a decision and say, write a letter. So after 30 days, you write to Rosemary and say, you are supposed to pay your loan on 27th of June. We are now on 27th of July. You didn't pay the loan. Kindly note that if you fail to pay your loan, we are going to recoup it. So the first thing that happens is after those 30 days, the person gets the notice. And a lot of times when we do this, we have noticed that people pay. However, our regulations, we just go through what we cannot do what is not in the regulations. The regulations say that you warn me by letter, yeah, and remind me that I signed that I'll pay every 30 days. So meanwhile, the management knows the letter has been written to the person after 30 days that they should pay. And sometimes we even follow up with phone call, hoping that, but the reason why now we do the 60 days is because we have followed up, we have written to you, and you have not paid. And we're just following the regulations. So now we write to you, and we also alert you, the people who have guaranteed you. Why? So that even them, because they are invested in this thing, they will do their work and remind you. The reason is so that by the time you are now late and we are recouping your money, you cannot now take us to court legally because you have done the right thing. But remember that at this point, then it is not the credit team taking the money. No, it is now management who is doing the work, because credit team is just looking at the figures and reminding management this is not working properly.
Thank you so much for that, Damaris. Thanks for that answer. And I just wanted us to be aware as members of our obligations when we take loans, to make sure we make our payments on time. Just because even for you as a member, if you're not paying your loan, you remember there's fees added. You do not want your loan to have so many fees added onto the end of it where it doesn't make sense of why you added up, why you borrowed money in the first place. I also see Monica's hand up. Monica, go ahead with your question.
Thank you, and thank you everyone who has presented. Very good presentations, and the questions are very good. We are learning a lot. I have two questions. One is the emails. When we send money every month, we send emails to payments. I'm just curious whether you people have a system of archiving these emails so that you can track them over time for each member. That's question number one. My second question is in regards to emergency loan. Supposing I have taken a development loan and maybe I have paid part of it for 6 months in the loan, and then I realize I have an emergency. I'm not quite clear whether I can take an emergency loan under those circumstances. Those are my two questions.
Okay, Cynthia, are you able to tell us whether you archive the letters that we send you when you pay? When we pay loans, or even sometimes when you make savings payments, you know, the ones that we send to Jokanyanam?
For every email sent, we can trace every email the member has sent since she joined the Sacco. So for any receipt sent at any point, anyone can trace on the Sacco email.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Okay, thank you. So I have a development loan, and in the middle I get an emergency, and I want to get an emergency loan. Am I qualified? I think what matters is how much money how much savings do I have? I might have a savings of, let's just use a figure of 500,000. And the development loan that I had taken was 200,000. And I want to take an emergency loan. Then I still have money that I can apply for. But if that is not the case, I have used up all the money that I have, plus I'm covered. My guarantors have, you know, the money that the guarantors gave me, I do not have money to apply for emergency, then I don't qualify. However, I've seen what some people do, some of the members, what they do, I think, when they talk to the office, sometimes maybe I have an emergency and a development, and what is remaining is 50,000. I see sometimes the office advises, please look for money, pay for this 50,000, then apply for the new loan if it is higher than what you require. But I think the office can also help me here.
Asante.
I have another question. Hello?
Go ahead,
Can you
Becca.
hear me?
Yeah,
Go
Becca,
ahead.
go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
So because I love Achieng so much and Achieng wants that 6 million, I decide that I want to guarantee Achieng the 2 million that I don't have, but let's just go with it. So everybody, maybe 3 people guarantee Achieng and she has a 6 million. Achieng starts paying for the loan for 6 million. So let's say she has paid 1 million, okay? So now she has paid 1 billion. She has a balance of 5 million. but Achieng wants to take another loan. What I'm trying to get to is which money gets released first? The guarantor's money. If I guaranteed Achieng 1 million, does it mean my 1 million is now released? Or how does that work? Or the whole loan has to be paid before the guarantors can be released? If you can shed some light with that, then that would help a lot.
Beth, I don't know why I did not get you clearly. You're saying that, okay, you've guaranteed somebody and they want to take another loan or what? Just
No,
please
no.
repeat again.
Let me repeat. I'm saying somebody has taken a loan. Let's say they took 100,000, but there are 3 people who have guaranteed this person 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. This person has paid the loan. Out of that 100,000, the balance is now 50,000. My question is, at what point do the guarantors get released? When the whole loan is paid, or because this person, let's say they had 40,000, that's their money, but then the guarantors guaranteed the 60. If their balance is now 40, I as a guarantor, am I released or not?
Thank you. Cynthia, please help me with that one.
On guarantors,
Yes.
Okay, this is also in regards to Damari's question on when you guarantee someone, as that person goes on paying, the amount reduces. That also on the guarantor's side, so inaenda ikireduce also on the guarantor's side. So the amount normally kwa Kwara, it shows the balance that has remained on the guarantor's side. So there will be savings zitaachiliwa with time as the loan inaenda ikiripeiwa with time. I don't know if it makes sense. Rosemary.
I mean, it does make sense. If Quara shows, you're saying that within Quara, if somebody had the 100,000 and they're paying on this loan, the more they are paying, the guarantor's money show less. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, if Quara is doing that, then that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, there are 2 questions on the chat. Thank you. There are 2 questions on the chat which I think are almost going the same way, because one from Jen is asking, the recovery letter you send out, are they electronic, right? Yes, we write emails for the recovery letter with the three letters we write. The first one we only write to the person who has taken a loan. The second one write to the person who has the loan and the guarantors. And then the third one, now we write to the person of the loan and then we recoup. There's also a from Mili saying, Quora is not releasing guarantors. I noticed on my loan, it does not update. That is from Mili. And then also we got we had asked people to ask us questions before we came to the meeting, and I also have a question here. Are guarantors notified if the person the guarantee is late? Yes, they are notified in the second letter. And how does this communication happen? Okay, the communication happen. This is, I'm just answering because the question was asked. The communication happens through email. We send the emails. How long do I have to wait to take a loan? No. The question is, if I've been dormant, i.e. not paid for a few months, how long do I have to wait to take a loan? Okay, the rule is that you should pay consistently for 6 months. So if maybe you are dormant, just ensure you pay consistently for 6 months, and then you can apply for a loan. And then is there a way one can take a loan on the strength of their savings without answering so many questions like having to share documents to prove they need a loan. Like we said, for the only place where you need to attach documents is only the emergency. So if you need to take a loan, you can take the development loan, you can take the other loans if you don't want to share anything. Just avoid the emergency loan, yeah? Because there nobody will ask you questions. And the only time they'll ask you questions is if you need guarantors, then they will talk to you that you need to get guarantors. Is the Tangi offer still valid? Yes, it is still valid. You have asked us to share details. I will ask the office to share details on Monday. Thank you. Let's get another question while I look at the other questions that we have been sent. Office, we have been told that Quora is not releasing guarantors. I notice my loan does not update. Can the office take them to task? Please comment on that.
I also see Evelyn's hand up. Also, I don't know whether we can take her question, and then I see Damaris, I see Vicky, I see a Ching again. But I guess let's go Evelyn, Vicky, Jane, and then back to a Damaris, and then back to a Ching, because the Ching already asked before. Let's go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, good evening, ladies. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay, great, thank you. Question around the guarantor communication. When the person that I guarantee finishes paying their loan, do I get notification?
Cynthia? You should, but I want the office, because the office works on this. I want them to confirm to us. Cynthia, please.
Rosemary, could you maybe repeat the question?
Damaris is, not Damaris, Evelyn is asking if she's guaranteed a loan and have finished paying the loan, do you communicate and let her know that she's now off the hook?
I think that's a good one. We'll take note of that and communicate.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Vicky, go next.
Hi everyone, thank you for the opportunity and thanks for the good presentation. Mine is a follow-up question following Betha's question also. If somebody takes a loan and like you had said that the office encourages somebody to clear the balance, then they get another loan. That is, if they want to take another loan on top of what they were paying, who guarantees this loan? And if it is the same guarantors who had guaranteed the previous loan, are they notified that the member is taking another loan? Or who guarantees the second loan that the member is taking? Or is it only given according to the member's savings? Thank you. That is my question number one. Maybe I can get that answer, then I ask the other one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vicky. So let's say Rosemary had taken a loan of 300,000. She's already paid 200,000, but she wants to take a loan of 400,000. So we advise her, Rosemary, if you can, maybe try and pay back the 100,000, then you can qualify for 400,000. So as we say, once she has paid back the 100,000, she's finished paying her loan. And that is where now Bertha's question comes in, that ideally we should inform all the people who had guaranteed me that, Rosemary has finished paying, she has paid up the loan that she had. Then I'll come back to you. Vicky, I finished paying that loan. Now I'm applying for a loan of 400,000 because remember that I cannot take a loan when I still have another loan. So that's why I've cleared that loan. Now I want to take actually, I've done this myself. I have done what I'm talking about. So now I come back to you, Vicky. I've cleared that loan. And actually, you can even check with the office. I've cleared that loan. Now here I am. Please guarantee me. Or I go to somebody else. But the office has to ensure that that loan is not on record. Then I can apply for another loan.
Thank you.
Achieng.
Maybe the other one was just a concern on Quora, on this instant loan. I don't know. I don't know whether it's only me or other members have also experienced the same. It doesn't allow early payment. Like, for example, if I'm supposed to pay my loan on 1st of the following month, if I pay maybe on 20th of before the 1st, it doesn't take the interest. As in, it doesn't settle the whole amount that I'm supposed to pay. It only takes the loan that I took, then the interest is that I'm allowed to pay after the date that is indicated. I don't know if I'm the only one experiencing that or that is how it is. Yeah, maybe somebody can help.
Okay. Is Irene here? Irene or Cynthia? This is instant loan and 2.
For instant loan, we normally encourage members to pay on the day of repayment, exact date of repayment. If a member pays prior, before the day of repayment, the principal amount is the one that is deducted, but the interest is not deducted since the interest hasn't matured as of that day prior the repayment date. So normally we encourage members to pay exactly on the date of repayment.
Thank you. I also see that there's on the chart, we've been told that the guarantor's money, I think this is talking to Bertha's question, a follow-up. Guarantor's money is always released first on a percentage of repayment. However, a guarantor is only fully released when the loan balance is less or equal to 90% of the loanee's savings. There was a question that was asked to us. Is there a calculator to allow people to calculate the insurance they will be charged? And then also the next one is, does the repayment schedule get recalculated as one pays, especially if one pays more? If so, how and where can one get a copy? So the calculator, and then to the payment schedule, does it get recalculated? Cynthia, can you attempt this?
Rosemary, did you say the loan insurance calculator?
Yes, loan insurance.
Yeah, we normally have a template for calculating the loan insurance.
Okay. And then the payment schedule she's asking, sometimes somebody is paying more. Does it get recalculated? And if it does, where can person get it? Okay, let me attempt to answer this because it's something that I've experienced. When you pay more, what I've seen, and I'm looking at Quora, what I see is that the repayment schedule is not changing. However, when I look at my balance, the balance is looking different. It is lower than what should be according to the repayment schedule that was made. And I think that's what we need to look at, because sometimes you just pay more and more. I see that my balance is looking less than what my repayment schedule is saying. So that is something that we need to look at and see with the treasurer and the people in the finance, how that will work. Achieng, before Cynthia comes in, Achieng, please ask a question, and then Cynthia will come in.
Yeah, thank you. I think my question as your West Sacco, sijui ni nani amejaribu kurespond hapo. It was about your guarantors. Can you explain kidogo? Your guarantors money is always released first on a percentage. So yes, hiyo ndio ilikuwa question yangu na nimeona it's attempted to be answered. So maybe if you can explain further, you're equal to or 90% of loaners' savings deposit.
Okay. For example, Cynthia has taken a loan. Achieng has guaranteed Cynthia. Cynthia has taken 50,000. Cynthia has 10,000 savings. Achieng has guaranteed her 30,000 shillings, and Rosemary has guaranteed her 10,000 shillings. So when Cynthia makes a repayment monthly, when I make a repayment, there's the 30,000 for Achieng will reduce, and also the Rosemary, the amount will reduce with a certain percentage. I don't know if that clarifies that point. And when let's say the loan reaches at amount of 10K, that is amount equals to 90% of my savings, Achieng and Rosemary are released. And now nimebaki kulipa loan yangu. I don't know if that makes sense.
Cynthia, does the amount reduce with percentage equal for both guarantors? Because you said somebody guaranteed 30,000 and somebody guaranteed 10,000. So when it's reducing, the 30,000 is more. Does it reduce with the same amount?
I'm not sure about the percentages, and I'll check on the percentages. But what I'm sure is both guarantors, the amount reduce every time a repayment is made.
Yeah, I think that's important to know, because at some stage the guarantor may want to take a loan before the person they guaranteed completes their loan. So they want to know how much loan they are able to take, given the fact that they had guaranteed somebody a certain amount of money.
On Quara, the guarantor is able to see the balance remaining from the loan she guaranteed. So with the balance, we are able to calculate the amount of loan she can take at that moment. But still we'll check the percentage, the rate at which it reduces.
Thank you, Monica, for that. And Vicky also has something that I think we need to work on. She is saying, Quara, we need to find a way where Quara can allow us to make early payment of instant loan to avoid accruing penalties past the due date. Yeah, this one needs to be worked on. I agree with Vicky. This one needs to be worked on. Can we, Vicky, can we as members, can we agree that we ask our people who are doing finance to look at this and then report to us how this can be done? Lydia is saying that the percentage depends on the amount guaranteed. So I think that is Monica's answer. Lydia, she says she cannot talk, but she's put on the charts that is not equal. So I guess using the scenario that Cynthia was using, the person who are guaranteed 30,000 and the person who guaranteed 10,000, the amount that is reducing is not the same. I think it depends on how much, yeah. And I believe that maybe the one for higher will be higher and less will be less. Thank you. Thank you, Lydia. I'm seeing Chieng and Monica, your hands are still up.
Yes,
do you have some follow-up?
another question.
Yes.
Yeah, my question is back to the loan repayment. I know you guys have tackled it a little bit. I noticed that when you take a loan, the principal and the interest is usually calculated ahead of time so that you know every month how much principal you are paying and how much interest you are paying. But my question is, for those who are paying extra, where does the extra go to? Does it apply to the principal or it applies to the total principal and interest put together? And if I want it to apply to the principal alone so that my interest rate can go down, does that work or how does it work? I don't know if that question is clear.
Very clear, but interesting because I also have the same question.
Yes. Yeah, because most loans...
It's affecting me also, yes.
Because I just realized, for example, here in the US, if I have a car loan, for example, there's usually interest. And if I pay some extra towards the principal, it reduces the principal and that automatically reduces the amount of interest I pay per month. So I don't know whether this applies to our loans or not.
I know for a fact that the software we had before used to do that. It would reduce the principal and then the next interest would be calculated on the balance. But I don't know about Quora. That would be a Lydia question.
I mean, and I don't know whether this has anything to do with anything, but we always say 1% on reducing balance, right? So that means it's basically being calculated based on that reducing balance. So if you understand that even depending on how much you've guaranteed, it's just based on that balance that you have, and that's what it reduces it by. But depending on the terms of the loan and the agreement that we signed, we have that on those fine lines, that fine print when we are signing, is it written on there? And if any, I was trying to pull up one of the agreements that we signed, if it's written in our fine print, how they calculate.
Hey, but Gladys is here. Gladys, please, your word of advice. Wisdom.
Yes, I am here and I hear the questions. And this is something that we can check it when the payments are being made. Let's say they make a payment. I know it should help with the principal, but I'm not sure. So because we are not sure, let's have that question as a takeaway so that we can go research and then come back to the members. Thank you.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's a Quora question because there need to be a spreadsheet which automatically calculates it so that once you make a payment, it shows you the principal remaining and the interest, how it has gone down.
Thank you, Jacom and Monica. I don't see questions. Are you seeing any questions?
So we do have a lot of takeaway that we need to come back to members with. But again, members, thank you so much for being here and for clarifying. It was going to be good to, Rosemary, I don't know if I'm putting you on the spot, if you can just give like a step-by-step how it practically looks like when I'm coming to get a loan. Just recently, I was thinking of getting a loan, but I was very intimidated by the fact of, okay, how do I even start? I know it'd be very easy to say, oh, go to Quora or, check with the office. Are you able to just kind of give a slow step-by-step, number one, do this, number two, do this, number three, do this? Like if I'm looking for guarantors, collateral, all those that good stuff. Are you able to kind of give a quick rundown of a step-by-step process of how to get a loan? Because really, members, that is that needs to be our why. Apart from just the social aspect of knowing members, I'll keep saying we have to remember why we are in the Sacco and really take advantage of applying for these 1% loans, because hey, where can you get a loan that you pay back for in 1%? That is really like a throwaway. But let's take advantage of it and let's do what we have to do now. We're not going to, as I was saying in another group today, I don't, like, I'm looking at my dad at 83. I'm thinking, I know he had plans to do things later, but this is the time that we're living. So let's take advantage. Let's take loans. When you're taking a loan, you're helping yourself and your family. You're also helping the Sacco, which is what, that is how our Sacco grows. So let's take loans. We are being mistaken for an investment group just because our members are not taking loans. The leadership has put a lot of money in investments, and we are growing in that way. But the reason we're missing the reason why we are Sacco. We're here to give loans to our members. So members, the call is always still out there, let's get loans, because that is what the Sacco is all about. But Rosemary, back to you. Are you able to give us a step by step, just to make the process not so threatening to members? Maybe that's why people are not taking loans, because it looks like something that's really far away that we can't reach. Are you able to give us some small step by step?
Okay. Okay. And I want to second what Jackie has said. If you saw the fiasco that happened in Cusco, everybody is telling us that fiasco in Cusco shows us that when we save money, we should take loans so that there's nobody who can play with our money. Our money should be there. We are building ourselves with our money. It should not stay there that somebody can play with it. And the reason why you join a loan is so that you can save money and take the loan to develop yourself with. Otherwise, then you have no business being in a Sacco if you don't want to take a loan. You're supposed to build yourself with that loan. Thank you. Okay, now for instant loan 1 and instant loan 2, there's nothing much. You'll just go. It's just the way you take the instant loans. You'll use your phone and take the loan, so that there's no problem there. And I don't think it's intimidating. The only thing you need to do, ensure that you have savings. Instant loan 1 and instant loan 2. Number 2, for the development, emergency, and school fees loan. Let me first talk about development and emergency. These ones, if you could, kindly just increase your shares so that when you want to take loan, because I'm thinking about where you want the loan very fast. When you want to take loan, you're able to just apply and get the money that you want. What do you do? 2 ways. Quora, I find Quora very easy. You go to Quora and you just apply for that loan directly on Quora, and the office sees it immediately. Number 2, if you know that you want more than what you have, like maybe I have 100,000, but what I need is 300,000. Before I even go to Quora, I will try and talk to Jacqueline. Jacqueline, I want to take a loan. How much can you guarantee me? Jacqueline might say 50,000. That way. That I know that I have already got people who are guaranteeing 200,000. So by the time I'm applying, I'm applying, but I already have people lined up who are guaranteeing me. It will not delay. That is development. That is school fees loan. And for emergency, besides having the people who are guaranteeing you, you already even have the documents, yeah, that you're going to submit in. That is Quora. Very easy, by the way. And I'm speaking like an older person, and I don't find Quora intimidating. So I'm sure for you younger people, you find it very easy. Now, if you cannot do Quora, then you can write to us, yeah, the credits committee, and then they will send you the application form. It's also not difficult. You just apply and attach a copy of your ID. Do the same thing, please. If you are just applying for money that the savings equal amount of what you have, it will move very fast. But if you're applying for more than what you have, just ensure that you look for the guarantor so that it does not delay. This to and fro delays a bit. Just apply, it moves very, very fast. The money is there. We want people to take loans. We want to develop ourselves. My marwa, ma onego wager rego. Kikwa lure loans. Kikwa bed kanyiluo moluro loans. Let's copy from other people loans modogere. There's nothing difficult about the loans. So use Quora or write and ask for the application forms. You don't need anybody to do you any favor. It is your right. Thank you. Sign off. Judith is asking if you have a brochure to share with someone who'd like to join the Sacco. Yes, we do. We'll share with you. Pesa ni mingi Wajiacheng is saying we have a lot of money. She's encouraging you. We have so much money. Let us take that money and use the money to build ourselves. Thank you, Acheng. Manonya Thurua. Thank you.
Yes, can you imagine? It's so funny the way we have a problem of we don't have people to take the money. Who has that kind of a problem? You know, Kaka, everybody watching me, oh, amanya pesa, amanya pesa. One peso duro, as they say, I had somebody say. But yeah, ladies, we're just trying to encourage you, take money. Is it, or in other words also, are you I want us to take, like, retrospectively think of ourselves as individuals. Am I, personally, I'm asking this question to myself. Am I not dreaming enough? Are my dreams not big enough where my little money is oroma? Am I not dreaming big enough? Do I need to dream bigger where I can say, hey, let me go get a loan and do something bigger than what I'm doing? You know, because right now I'm pretty satisfied with what I am doing by myself, but I need to look bigger because we are powerful women in here. Let's grow. I see hands being lifted up, and I don't know the order of who was first. I see Vicky and Jane. Guys, go ahead. Vicky, Jane.
Hi, mine is a suggestion. I'm just thinking, sometimes the Joes group is quieter. When we are quiet and there's nothing major to be shared, I suggest maybe we can be, the office that is, can be sharing maybe the process of loan acquisition, or if you want an emergency loan, what do you need? Something like that, so that I know during education, not everybody is available for the meeting like today. But once in a while, when we share those information on the wall, somebody can easily access it, because sometimes even getting the time to go through the whole meeting is a bit difficult for us. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Vicky, and we agree with you. You are saying that we should market ourselves more, you know, so that the loans are on our faces. We agree with you. Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion.
So I will go next. Is that okay?
Yes, go ahead, Jane. And then I see Evelyn's hand up also after you. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Jennifer Otieno. I know I've written Jen, so it might be confusing to people. What I wanted to say is that I know that, we've had this story of, we have a lot of money, pesa uduro. Why are people not borrowing money? Are there things we are doing to be competitive? Because, for example, some of us are in different chamas. The Cusco that we are talking about, the Cusco housing, for example, I'm a member there, and I can take loans up to 5 times my savings. So when I want to take a development loan, I might look at Joes and I say, I want to build Joes. Should I take a loan from Joes or should I take a loan from Cusco? But because I want a lot of money and maybe quickly, I might be able to just make the choice to take a loan from Cusco. So that's one thing I'm just saying to us. Let's work towards being more competitive so that, if people have two options, they will want to take a loan from Joes. The other thing around competitiveness is that most of us are living maybe abroad and loans are cheaper. Let's say for me here in Canada, loans are cheaper here than if I took a loan from a Sacco. But if I wanted to build something in Kenya, then I will want to take from a Sacco. So what are we doing? Same question, to be competitive in those ways and still be beneficial. It still have, the benefits that we need for the Sacco to grow. And thirdly, and maybe more importantly for now, is that I would suggest that we have maybe an education day where people can just be given ideas about how this loan can be used to maybe invest. And if we are investing, what kinds of investments, some tangible examples of investments that can make us really feel, actually, if we took this loan, it would be able to do this, it would be able to do that, apart from just the development of a property or buying of land and things like that. So we need an education day that gives us tangible ideas that will then make us feel, oh, actually, there's money here, we can take it and we can do this very thing that we've just been taught. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's powerful, my sister. We'll take that down. Jackie?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, thank you so much, Jennifer. That's a really good idea, and that definitely makes it, it's about making it more tangible. Thanks again for that point, Jennifer. And ladies, as usual, as education, we always want to be close to the heart of our members. So if there's a topic that you would like to know more about, just definitely send us an email, send me a text, whatever it is, however it is that you want to get that information across. Just say, hey, let's talk about this, or let's do this. We don't want to be getting things that are so out of the way where people don't feel attached, don't feel close to it. So, but if you have a topic that you want us to further discuss, but that is a good one, Jennifer. I'm also looking into that. So thank you so much for that idea. Betha is who I see up, hands up. Go ahead, Mama.
Yes, I wanted to just comment on what Jen has said. The one thing I wanted to add, what she said really makes sense, but I wanted to add on that education day. If you have an education day where we tell members things that they can do or invest in, the thing that I was thinking more was, members who have taken loan to go and do something. It's not bad. If you guys can share, sometimes in the forum, things are dead. But if somebody shows, oh my God, look at what I did with my loan from Joyce, it might wake some of us up and say, wait a minute, I can also use the loan to do something, something. So people who have taken loan and they're using it, or they've used it to do something that you can show, feel free to share so that people can also see that actually loans can be used to do stuff. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that makes it so tangible when you can actually see what somebody is doing. The other day Dom shared her house. I was like, whoa, that is really beautiful. So, it is. Let's make it tangible to each other. I saw another hand up. Who's that? If your hand is up, go ahead. I can't see it anymore. Who is that? Is there any other question out there? Is anybody anything that's itching where you're like, okay, hey, I have a question about this or that? Anybody? But definitely appreciate you ladies for taking time to be here today. It's a Saturday, and I know Geo did, but you chose to spend your time with us here, and we always appreciate it, and we're always very thankful, and I'm always very glad to see you guys here. There's 30 of us here. If there is no other question, anybody else? Gladys, do you have anything else? Michelle, I see you here. Do you have anything else? Who else do I see here? Feel free to unmic and speak.
My only takeaway for today is, and thank you ladies for joining. I don't take this for granted. We have other things that we should be doing, but we chose to spend time here, learn more, and get to know what's going on. We need to get those people that took the loans. We really do need to know what they're doing, where. And that is my takeaway. So Jacqueline, if you can liaison with the office, get the names of those who took the loan, and let's talk to them. Let's see what they're doing with the money that we gave them. That would be a wonderful education day. If we can only get 2 or 3 of them to present on what they're doing, that would be wonderful. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you again. Acheng is saying she bought a water tank, and the first one that she paid school fees. So that's really good. There's also the other side of the coin where somebody does not take a loan and then they find themselves in a pickle, or then what kind of an emergency, and you think, oh my goodness, I had 5 years that I was just dilly dallying, I was just playing around, and I did not take a loan. Why did I not take a loan back then and already do this and that? So that is the position that I find myself in, where I'm like, oh my goodness, all these years I've just been laughing and singing with a ching and and my BFFs of this group. I don't want to name names just because when I say some other names, I get beaten up. And then they could have said, it's just having fun and laughing around. And I'm thinking, this is not just a social group. This is a business group. This is a business. We are a business. This is a business. So hey, put your business caps on. And I'm saying this as encouragement, ladies. Let's not be found sitting ducks. Bertha, Phyllis, I've made amazing friends of this group, and I'm really thankful to get to know all of you. Gladys, all of you, the people who I never knew in my life, but my life has become richer because I know you ladies, and some of you I can pick up the phone anytime and just call you and talk to you about all sorts of stuff. But this is a business group. At the end of the day, we need to remember that. And when you have a business, we need to take care of our business and growth. I think it's more important than anything else. It's about growth. And I need to get off my high horse and stop lecturing people. I know people are ready to leave. Those who do not know anything about our group and are here today as visitors, definitely you can stay back. We normally take time and just chit chat after the official end of the meeting and spend time and just in a more relaxed way talk. So if you're still here and you're wanting to talk a little bit more with us, I would definitely go ahead and have an official close to the meeting so that those who need to go and do stuff can do, and those who want to stay over and just chit chat, we can definitely stop and talk. Do I have anybody who's willing to say a prayer for us so that we close the official side and then we can continue just chit chatting?
I can.
Rosemary, would it? Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and pray.
Just before I close, I just wrote something small there that said, when we know better, we do better. And so let us strive to know better through this education day so we can do better collectively. Okay, so I will pray. Lord, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for these beautiful, beautiful women and for bringing us together as Luo women to do great things. May we be able to cast our focus and our eye onto the greatest, mightiest, bigger things, O Jehovah God, and step into them with a vision, because without a vision, your people perish. We pray today, O Jehovah, that each one of us will see bigger, will walk smarter, will listen to you because you own everything in this world, and that when we step into it, we do not live a natural life. We live a life that is a cut above. We thank you and praise your name for each and every single one of us here, and even those who have left and those that did not manage to attend, that we will move together collectively as a nation. And in the name of Jesus Christ, I pray and believe. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.